camp steak.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 168 of Tuck Rule Takes. Tuck Rule Takes, episode 168. Threw myself off there. Now I'm all out of sorts. Whenever you when you have like a routine for an intro and you fuck it all up.
Yeah.
Episode 168, the post Super Bowl episode, the post NFL season episode of Tuck Rule Takes. The 2024 season is officially done. We have a Super Bowl champion. The Philadelphia Eagles have beaten the Chiefs. We will obviously talk about that. That is what today's episode is going to be. But before we get into that, I do just want to get it out of the way. Sports Spider, guys, fueled by, powered by, engineered by Sports Spider. Go check it out. It is sportspider.com, spider with a Y. I say it every week, so you're probably tired of me saying it, but I am going to keep saying it, so you'll probably say it to yourself at some point when you're typing it in. Click the NFL tab, go to the Patriots. You'll see us right at the top for the first few days after we drop. But once, it's been however long, still scroll down. You'll see us, search us in the little search bar, whatever you want to do. Take a look at other stuff, too, while you're on there. It's not just Patriots, not just football, not just the big four sports either. Go take a look there. Also, I don't know what these kids are doing outside.
Get those kids off your lawn.
I don't know what. I am. I hate. Anyway. Also, Couch Guy Sports, guys, go take a look at Couch Guy Sports. Tuck Rule Takes is not the only thing that is on there. Liam also has the Rafters pod on there. If you are a Celtics fan, go take a look at that. Also, quick PSA to Celtics fans, calm down. It's a long season. Yeah, no one's going to beat this team in 7 games. So just get ready for a back-to-back title win here. But yeah, Couch Guy Sports Spider, thank you guys so much for sticking with us, hopefully for another 168 episodes. All right, now that we got all the clerical work out of the way, Liam, before we toss it to you, first and foremost, I did say I'd come on here and sing the Fly Eagles Fly song. I'm not going to do that because I hate it, but what I will say is congratulations. I'm happy the Eagles won. It kills me to say it.
That's pretty good.
I am happy they won. But Al, you wanted to say something before we toss it
I
over
do
to
like
me.
a man of promises, though. You don't have to sing the song, but at least give me
what is it? Fly, Eagles.
Yeah, you
fly.
don't have to do that if you don't want to, but maybe like
E-A-G-L-E-S.
yes, yeah, at least give me that.
Eagles.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go.
That's all I wanted.
Talk,
yeah,
so
Mike, let me. I'll give you a couple minutes. Go wash your mouth out with soap. That was disgusting. So last week when we were on this podcast all together, Liam, why he still is such a massive fan, the world will never know. Picked confidently his Philadelphia Eagles. Mike picked the Philadelphia Eagles. I picked the Kansas City Chiefs. I would like to come on here and say I am very glad I was wrong. I am a man of my word. Liam, I am sorry. I thought that the referees would rig it to the point that it was just so noticeable. And I think
I did for the first 2 minutes as well.
Yeah, I was going to say the A.J. Brown offensive pass interference on 4th down. I thought, okay, we're in for a long night. But you know what? Credit to me, manning up, doing what I need to do.
And humble, too.
And you know what? Liam, I'm sorry. My choice was very smart. It didn't happen, though, but the Eagles did what all of America outside of the Midwest wanted to happen. So thank you for not having a team get a three-peat. And I think a topic, Mike, that we need to talk about a little bit toward the end, the Mahomes and Brady debate.
Oh yeah,
I want to talk about
that is a part of the Super Bowl recap. We are going to come at the Super Bowl from
and
all
Liam,
angles, storylines coming out.
Big money win too, by the way.
Huge. It's beautiful.
All right, Liam.
I predicted another Super Bowl winner, which won me a helping handful of money, but none of that money was a sweeter prize than seeing them hoist Lombardi and seeing Travis Kelce look like he's going through a crippling divorce after his whole family died in a terrible accident. Mm-hmm. He just looked miserable, and that was satisfying to me. But I appreciate both you guys being the bigger men, so I won't talk a whole lot of shit and be like, oh, I was right, even though I was, and I predicted a blowout.
Talk your shit.
But I will in due time. But how about them fucking Eagles. Like, what a game. Holy fuck. Like, when I tell you, I get on here and I'm brash, my bravado really just exudes confidence as I say the Birds are going to blow out the fucking Chiefs. I didn't believe a fucking bit of anything I said that came out of my mouth. I promise you, I stood up here with conviction, slammed my fist against the table, and I did my best Brad Pitt DiCaprio act. I fucking boasted it. Didn't believe a fucking word of it. And then they went out there, belt to ass. Just a complete dick kicking over and over and over again. Every facet of the game, dick kicking. Offensive line, dick kicking. Defensive line, dick kicking. White guys in the Super Bowl, first time ever, dick kicking. It was unbelievable. Wide receiver play, dick kicking. Cornerback play, all around dick kicking. All colors. Everyone, come on in. It's a pick fest. Anyone. I invite you, come in here and get a Patrick Mahomes pick. It was absolutely fucking magic. And I will lead off this with a question. If I got on here today, being the all knowing prophet I am of seeing the future, got on our show last week and told you guys that Saquon Barkley would have 57 rushing yards, does anyone think they win?
Oh, the Eagles get demolished.
Liam, I
Mm.
was just going to tell you, if you saw that was Saquon stats, if you saw Patrick Mahomes, 21 to 32, 257, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, if you saw Xavier Worthy, 8 catches for a buck 57,
Yeah.
what's the outcome you would think?
Well,
That the Chiefs probably won by like 6
yeah, I
or
would say the
3
Chiefs
or
won a
something.
close one. I
Yep.
always I believed in Jalen Hurts. I didn't think they would do it, but I believed in him. I referenced the last Super Bowl, which was easily a factor in my inevitable early demise because that took many years off my life. And I believed that who should have been Super Bowl MVP 2 years ago would show up again. No one seemed to. The Jalen Hurts disrespect was loud and slanderous and absolutely deplorable from all these scum sucking weirdos who most likely have premarital intercourse with family members and whatnot. They're just all inbred weirdos. And they're wrong because Jalen Hurts stepped in there and truly from Jump Street, I think it was like the first play, Saquon got stuffed. And I was like, this is fucking ugly. And then
Yep.
bang, pass, pass, pass. Even the AJ Brown pass interference, we already cleared this up. I was ready to shoot myself. Everyone could see the writing on the wall there. We've read that script before. But
Mhm.
just the fact they went for it on 4th and 2, and Anquan Bolden did. They Joe Flacco'd it in the Super Bowl. 4th and 2, we're going deep. I loved it. Super ambitious. That's what happens. The Chiefs just weren't expecting Jalen Hurts to go out there and fucking bomb that football. And there are just so many magical things to talk about. My favorite though, if we're still on the topic of Jalen Hurts, was toward the end of the game when not Tom Brady, who was the other commentator? I had it on
Um,
mute.
who was the other commentator on there?
Joe
Oh,
Tessitore.
maybe.
No, was it? Hold on. I'll say it.
Um,
Keep
so
talking.
anyway, he was like, well, this is probably about the time when Philadelphia runs the ball and tries to take some time off the clock. And as he's finishing that sentence, ball goes deep, Devontae Smith, touchdown. I was like, this is fucking incredible. The onslaught continued. It was absolutely beautiful. It was a toss up, though. I won't give Jalen Hurts all the credit because
Kevin
Josh Sweat.
Burkhardt.
Oh yeah, yeah, he was fairly irrelevant, but
They got the
yeah, he
beat.
he did have a really good call there because oh, we're gonna run the clock out. No, no, we're fucking not gonna run the clock out. This is the Chiefs. We're gonna step on their fucking
Yep.
necks. Um,
Yeah.
but Josh Sweat, dude, he could have been Super Bowl MVP. Made Travis Kelce look like a droopy-eyed, armless child. We will get to all the debates that involve the Patriots later, but Travis Kelce is Jimmy Graham out there. He's a glorified wide receiver. He doesn't block. He doesn't possess even an inch of Gronk's blocking. That last little dribble of piss that Gronk shakes off his cock after a long one, that blocks better than Travis Kelce does. He got absolutely toasted in every way, shape, and form. And I think we all had a sigh of relief when Travis Kelce had those first two absolutely abysmal
Yeah.
drops.
The only thing that I'm going to give the Chiefs any credit at all for, which there isn't really anything, the
Is
only
run.
thing is they effectively took Saquon out of the game
They
by
did.
holding him to 57 yards.
Mhm.
But like Liam just said too, Steve Spagnuolo said to Jalen Hurts, "You got to beat us. Like if you're going to win the Super Bowl, you have to beat us." And credit to Jalen Hurts, that's one of the best games I've ever seen him play in the NFL. Let alone just obviously with the Eagles, just in his entire career. Even going back to the Alabama Oklahoma days, like that was
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts in his prime. Like that
Yeah.
was, again, credit to Jalen Hurts and credit to the Eagles, man. They have such a good team. But Liam, I hate to say this to you. The question is, how many of them come back next year from the
Doesn't
free
matter.
agents?
Doesn't matter. We already lost our offensive coordinator. It doesn't matter. We won fucking Sunday. That's truly all that matters. Most Super Bowl teams get absolutely dismantled the year after. It wouldn't be anything new. I'm not going to harp on the sadness. It's probably going to be terrible. I'm going to level with you. I'm not psyched. But our Lord and Savior, Jalen Hurts, and our shepherd through the valley of darkness, Saquon Barkley's there. I'm really super not that fucking worried about it. We won, and not only that, we beat the Chiefs, and it was the most satisfying thing in the world for all of America. So I'm not too worried about it. I did want to say though, like Spagnuolo, I'm surprised he wanted, you know, I guess if you're choosing between the 2,000-yard rusher and the quarterback who didn't have his best year, you obviously choose the quarterback. But like Jalen Hurts toasted him for 4 touchdowns in the last Super Bowl, so the thought process still wasn't great.
Yeah, like you said, you had to pick one person to stop. So you're going to take the offensive player of the year. That's what
Yeah.
you're going to try to stop.
Yeah.
And you know what? Again, I think it's so great that we don't have to hear, at least for a year, probably.
Yeah.
Um, the Chiefs dynasty is better than the Patriots. Mahomes is the GOAT. Andy Reid is so much better than Bill Belichick. Like we can put all that to bed for right now
Yeah.
until like Kansas City goes back and maybe inevitably wins another one. But till then, I'm good with this.
Yeah.
This is good.
This is fantastic. And we'll talk about it later in our GOAT debate, but there's something to be said that Mahomes has got smoked twice in Super Bowls. And I think the Tom Brady one was a penalty-fueled disaster of a football game that no one really enjoyed watching, even the people rooting for Tampa Bay. It wasn't fun football to watch. This was a penalty-free, just manhandling.
Dude, Mahomes had 61 yards going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, he had 20 at halftime.
he like at one point I saw the stat up there and I was like, this can't be real, right?
Yeah,
Like this
like
this
the
stat line.
stat keepers messing this up somehow.
I mean, granted, he finished with like what did we say, 257, 3 touchdowns, whatever. All of that, all of that empty calorie. It was already
On
34-0. The
that deep
game was
touchdown
over.
was to
No
Xavier
one
Worthy. It was on
cared.
two guys who didn't play
No
the
one
entire season.
cared. That
Yeah,
was the thing. Not a single person gave a shit about that. Like, good
no.
for you, Xavier Worthy. You caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Like, that's awesome.
He
Rookie,
also won
good
me a
catch.
bet. That
Like,
was sweet.
Yeah, he also
great,
lost me a bet too. I'm actually
How
right
do
great.
you
now.
And you know
lose
what?
a bet on Xavier Worthy?
Let me rephrase that. I didn't lose a bet. I lost Super Bowl squares because of him.
There we go.
Oh no,
There we go.
I lost.
What?
If you guys want to hear real quick, I lost $500 in
that's
Super Bowl squares.
devastating. That's a tough one.
That's-
I lost 800, and that sucked.
Yeah,
No,
I bet.
I lost like $15.
I was gonna say real quick. So my school does Super Bowl squares every year. Where like we all know what Super Bowl squares are.
Good. Start them
In
young.
the third quarter, I had the teachers, not the kids. The teachers do it. I should have clarified that. So I had in the third quarter Eagles 4 and Chiefs 7.
Mhm.
Eagles were up 34-0. Chiefs score a touchdown. Instead of just kicking the extra point, they have to go for two,
Yeah,
and they don't get it.
Yep.
that screwed me up too.
Lose that.
Mhm.
And then in the fourth quarter, believe it or not, I had Eagles 0 and Chiefs 4. What was the score? 40-14 Eagles with 2 minutes left. And what happens next? Mahomes chucks it down the field to Xavier
Bomb.
Worthy. I just
Yeah.
saw it, and I'm like, when the ball's in the air,
Son
I'm
of a
like,
bitch.
he's gonna catch this, and that's a touchdown.
Yep.
I literally just looked at the TV, then I looked at my fiance, and then I was just like, I just lost another $250. She's like, that
Yeah.
sucks. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
feel like this game lost a lot of people money with how it went.
Each
I did have
square
Jalen
was
Hurts anytime touchdown
250
score though. Did have that.
money. And I think everyone, all of America knew when Jahan Dotson was short on that goal line, everyone was like, tush push.
I
Yeah.
know. I was hoping Barkley was gonna somehow get a run there for the first
Yeah.
Some
touchdown
sort
of
of
the game, but
trickery or something.
yeah, but it's all right.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll take it.
I want to start somewhere where like a lot of people aren't talking about. I feel like Andy Reid isn't getting enough criticism for this game. Like, how do you have an extra week to prepare? And like, sure, I know that the Eagles, their front dangerous. I mean, they didn't blitz all night. The one time they did, it got called back by a penalty. So like, they did not blitz all night, but yet they still put pressure on.
Fun stat I figured out. Teams that have never blitzed once in the Super Bowl are 6-0.
Okay, well, we'll keep that in mind for next year when the Pats are in it. Just remember,
Noted. And
just
unfortunately, one of those
send
times
four.
was the Giants.
Well, yeah, yeah, that was a crazy team. I mean, the Eagles, that's what they looked like there. But you got to think, like, okay, I get you come out and because we've seen it with the Patriots, like the dynasty Patriots, when they come out and they get punched in the mouth, like that, whatever their game plan was clearly didn't work. So they go into halftime, and what's the big thing? Coaches, you make adjustments at halftime, kind of whatever you can do to kind of tweak it a little bit. The Chiefs did nothing.
Nothing.
Like I was getting to the point where I was like, are they throwing this game? Like, did someone like were people betting on the Eagle and like something was going on? Because I don't know about you guys, but Andy Reid is being like spoken in the same breath as Bill Belichick as possibly catching him being the greatest coach of all time. How do you have your team that ill prepared with an extra week when you're Andy Reid with all the talent you have, Mr. Offensive Genius, Mr. Like, I'm up there, best coach in the league right now? How do you not make a single adjustment? Nothing. Like you have Montez Sweat coming and you have Kelsey blocking him. Yeah. Who's Montez Sweat?
Bears.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you have Josh Sweat, future Patriot, coming on a blitz, and you have Travis Kelce continue to chip him and block him out there.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, that's where I'm like, you're throwing the game.
Yeah.
I think
like, how does that happen?
I think they just weren't up for the game. And
that is a fireable offense to me. I'm sorry.
Like, no, that's
crazy. But at some point, I made the same argument for Bill Belichick. I'll make it for this one. Like, if your players just aren't up for it, like I'm with Al. I think they just thought they were going to come in here and roll.
Kelsey did. Kelsey 100% did. You see him on some plays, he's like,
right. Because they knew, because they were like, oh, we beat this team 2 years ago. You know, we know what they're going to do. We know they have a good offensive line, a good defensive line, but our talent will just, lead the way. And then when they come out and they get punched in the mouth, they didn't know how to punch back. And
it's also probably, sorry, I had to cut you off. It's also probably the perfect storm because they keep stopping Saquon. So the offense is probably like, all right, cool. We're stopping their best
here we go.
Next drive will be our drive.
Hungry dogs run faster. Hungry dogs run faster.
And I'm sure you guys saw the stat too, but the blitz rate on Mahomes was really, really high. It was top 5 in Super Bowl history. Like in top 5, I think not Super Bowl history, top 5 in the career of Patrick Mahomes. Like that's one of the most times he's been pressured in a game. And look at the results. You guys remember the Tampa Super Bowl when Brady and the Bucs beat
31-9 or whatever? Yep.
It was the same thing. Patrick Mahomes was running for his life. Now, granted, Liam, I think you can agree with this small point. Mahomes wasn't running for his life per se, but he was getting pressured and he was having to move around in the pocket.
He had guys open is the worst part. Like he was bombing throws.
I know. And like one throw I remember in particular, it wasn't a bomb, but like the Hopkins throw on 3rd down where it was
like a terrible pass.
Close.
It was down in his ankles.
There was what's up, Mike?
Which one are you talking about? The bad pass to him or the one where Hopkins just dropped it?
It was a bad one. It was
across the middle down at Hopkins' feet. But granted, Hopkins showed almost no effort. He's just like lays an arm out there and it goes off like his fingertips.
Hopkins looked like someone whose like controller died mid-play and he just didn't he didn't know what to do with his hands.
Kind of psyched he didn't go to the Patriots a couple of years ago because that
was crazy. Like
I'm just happy that Tyquan Thornton doesn't have a Super Bowl ring. I'm just happy about that.
Yeah, no,
and
he didn't. Yeah, Juju didn't get one either this year. Good.
Fuck him.
Yeah, get out of here. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to throw my like first thing I've been thinking about, which is the Andy Reid thing. Like, because of course we're going to talk about Patrick Mahomes. People talk about Joe Tooney playing left tackle. People talk about the receivers dropping things. Well, it was really just Hopkins. Like let's not act like Mahomes was out there fighting for his life and doing everything he could. Like, no, the entire team got outclassed, outstrength, everything. The Eagles just demolished them, like they've been saying, like belt to ass. That's going to be the title of this episode. Belt to
100%.
ass. That is what the Eagles did, and every aspect of they out toughed them. When Kelsey tried to get tough against like the
Oh my
DB who's like
gosh.
shorter than me.
Yeah.
And then Kelsey's
Chauncey.
trying to push what's his name, one of the Eagles linemen, and he's not even moving. Like
Yeah. So bad.
this was like a stunning. This is like what the Patriots used to do to the Bills.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is
Like,
like the Patriots Titans in the snow, where you're like, this
oh,
is like who are there laws against airing a massacre on TV? Like
it was rough to watch.
37-0 in the Super Bowl. I
Mhm.
was starting to think like, is this like Ravens Giants 2000 where they're just gonna run away with this? Like,
I remember
and
that Super Bowl. I remember that.
yeah, I think that was the first one I was ever like conscious enough to watch. But yeah, friggin' just nuts. But it was just they were beaten on every level. The defensive line dominated the offensive line. Cooper DeJean, the most physical I've seen with Travis Kelce by far, and fast enough to keep up with them. And then you have
Yeah.
Mahomes who's whiffing the wide open passes. The interception to Cooper DeJean. Where were you looking?
His
He just
interceptions were horrendous. I know people
Yeah.
tried to like he got bumped on one of them, but even then, the pass wasn't even a good one. The one that what's his name Bond picked off.
Yeah,
It's
Zach
like
Bond,
great play by him, but
the
that
fucking
wasn't
monster.
another potential future Patriot. But that wasn't
Hope so.
even a good pat. Like Mahomes looked like. But I think what we're seeing is this is the recipe to beat really good quarterbacks. The
Yeah,
Giants did it twice with Brady. Like
yeah.
the Bucks did it with Mahomes, and now the Eagles have. You just get pressure on them by just rushing forward. That's
yep.
how you do it. That's how
But
you
it's
beat these quarterbacks.
weird because it's not that simple.
No,
As
it's
an
not.
idea, it is like the 49ers, if you guys remember last year, had a monster defensive line. And
They
then
couldn't do it.
the year the Eagles beat them in the championship game when Brock Purdy like broke his elbow. That 49ers defensive line was the best I ever fucking seen. When they went the 49ers Chiefs first one in 2019, I think it was, that defensive line had like Eric Armstead and whoever the dude is on the Colts. They had all these
Mhm.
monsters. So they couldn't do anything about it. They didn't look this dominant. So I wonder what the Giants and the Eagles were doing that's different.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like they just like because and it's not even like like the Eagles they have good players, but they don't have any future or like current
Jalen
Hall of
Carter,
Famers you can see. Like Jalen Carter, great young player. Sweat, great pass rusher. But like you're
beast.
not like these aren't like I don't know the
Michael
like
Strahan.
yeah, like Justin Tuck, Michael Stray, like that group, that like OCU Minora. Like I guess maybe they're
Yeah.
like the younger versions of them. But like it's much easier said than done, like you said. But if you can have a defense that can get pressure with blitzing at like a minimal amount or not at all, you're gonna beat these quarterbacks. Like
Right.
unless you have like a some sort of Brady Edelman Jedi mind meld going on where like you can beat the blitz or beat the pressure real quick because you're both seeing the same thing. But that doesn't happen anymore. You're not
No.
going to get a quarterback like Brady who can beat these teams that are beating your offensive line play in and play out. Like
I would have
it's
loved to have
nuts.
seen Tony Romo on the broadcast to see how he defended his sweet, succulent boy, Mahomes.
Oh, that would have been.
Oh, I don't know, Jim. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
that
looked
would have
like he
been
got
great.
bumped
Oh,
a
they're
little
doing
bit.
it.
Yeah,
No,
I
see,
don't
I
know.
think he would have
you
flipped.
know,
He would have flipped. I mean, he would have no problem flip flopping. He'd be like, "This is what the Eagles have been," and he wouldn't even talk about Mahomes like he was his boy anymore.
yeah. Well, he
Except for
is
that
a
final for that touchdown,
cowboy.
he'd be like, "Oh, and this is why you can't beat him. You can't count him out. Oh my
Yeah,
God, shut the fuck up!"
their
Like
comeback in the works, Jim. You're like,
you
shut the
know he
fuck
will.
up.
We've seen crazier 28-3. You were here, right, Jim? Oh my God, shut up. Shut up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 28-3. We'll get this out of the way right now.
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes, it was blasphemous to put him in Brady's conversation anyway. I'm sorry, it just was. You have 9 Super Bowl appearances, 7 wins. Like,
yeah. That talk is
come on.
it has been too early. Like since Mahomes went to his second
Way
Super
too
Bowl, we
early.
heard
Yeah.
this. And I'm like, I get it. Like you want to crown the next GOAT. They wanted to do it with LeBron when Jordan left, and then they wanted to do
Yep.
it with Giannis, and he wasn't
Yep.
that.
They
Like
tried to do it
they're
with Kawhi for a year. Like
yeah,
they're
and that
trying
sucked.
every league tries to find like their guy. Like I said, what was a couple weeks ago where I was like they're trying to find their Brady Manning too, because it was Burrow
Yeah,
and Allen, then Burrow Burrow and Mahomes, then Mahomes and Allen, and then it was like Mahomes and Lamar, and then it was like all these people. It's like you're not good. Like when you try to
it's a revolving door. It's not two guys.
And
you need to see it.
And what did the great Joel Embiid once say? It's not a rivalry if they always kick our ass. Talking about the Celtics, of course. Like it's not a rivalry if the team keeps winning. You could say that the Eagles and the Chiefs is a rivalry now.
Sure.
Because now it's 1-1.
Yeah.
You could say that again is a little bit of a rivalry that's starting to brew here. Mm-hmm. But again, just all the comparisons. Like I was looking at it. So right now, through 5 Super Bowls, Brady and Mahomes have the same record now. They're both 3-2 in 5 Super Bowls.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes has 15 interceptions. Brady, I think, had 17 in 10 games or something like that.
Wait, 15 interceptions in his Super Bowls?
Or something like that. It was something like crazy like that. It was a crazy stat. Yeah, so maybe the playoffs or something, but it was
he had 2 against the Niners the first time. He didn't fucking throw a single pick against the Eagles the last time.
It was a weird. He has a long way to go, right?
He does. Like, I'm gonna see if I can find that stat real quick.
Yeah. Try to find that real quick because you got to think Brady's stats went over 20 years. And even though he bookended them with 3 Super Bowl wins, he went there twice in the middle against the Giants, as we know, 07, 2010. Like we remember those Super Bowls. Mahomes, like, great, you started this part. Now keep this going for 15 more years.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people understand how difficult that is. Like, it's great right now. Sure, if Tom Brady's career ended here, like with these 5 wins, you could probably say Mahomes is the better quarterback because they'd have the same amount in 5 appearances. They're both 3-2. Mahomes is clearly physically better, but Brady went on for 15 more years and went to 5 more or went to 4 more and won 3 more. So like you can't talk about it. Al, what was the stat that you saw?
So this wasn't the exact stat, but this stat puts things into perspective. Mm-hmm. In the Super Bowl, just the Super Bowls, obviously, Brady's 10 and Mahomes is 5. Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Patrick Mahomes, 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Yeah. See,
it's not even close.
Man, don't talk to me until he wins another Super Bowl. Not get there. No.
Win it.
Talk to me. If you want to talk about he's on the trajectory, he's got to get there and win. Because guess what, guys? Kelsey, he's probably gone the next couple of years. How much longer is Andy Reid going to coach?
Do you guys think Travis Kelce was going to retire if they won?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I think he was going to retire and propose.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to do both.
You do think he was going to propose?
No, 100%. I don't think so. I don't think so just because I don't think Taylor
Swift
would allow him to. That's corny as shit. And like Taylor Swift is like kind of corny with stuff, but I don't think she would let him. Yeah. I don't think she would let him propose at the Super. Like that. That's not what she wants her story to be. If that makes sense. As the resident Swiftie, I will speak on that. Like, I don't see her wanting to like write a song, like write a romantic ass song about how she got proposed to with like 60,000 drunkards running around everywhere.
Yeah.
Like that's not what.
A bunch of people who booed her too.
Yeah, no, that's not what she wants. She wants to be at some lake, in some bench, something like that.
Kelsey's going to be a free agent after next year.
I don't give it. Yeah, he's done. Next year's his last year. Guarantee you it's his last year. So I'm sure the Chiefs will probably get to the Super Bowl again because the league's going to want that. Then they'll get their ass kicked by the Eagles again, probably.
Yeah, I'm going to put a lot of money on the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah, but no, I think. But just to like wrap up my thought on the Mahomes and Brady thing, like Brady and Belichick caught each other at the right time. Belichick was just getting started, really, as was Brady. Andy Reid's been coaching for a long fucking time. He's not going to be coaching for another 15 years. It's just not going to happen. So what does Patrick Mahomes look like without Andy Reid? What does Patrick Mahomes look like without Travis Kelce? We're kind of starting to see it a little bit, but what does he look like when coaches start to change? When Chris Jones retires on defense? When you're throwing to Hollywood Brown all the time? Like, what's going to happen when you lose these players on there? I saw Alex Smith say too today that the Chiefs need to get Mahomes help. What are you talking about? They got him DeAndre Hopkins. Like
Hollywood Brown.
great name. They got him who to his, defense. Hollywood Brown played well in like the few games he played, his few like recent games or whatever. But yeah, I don't give me like Mahomes will never get to Brady's level. It's that simple because when you have that many Super Bowls as Brady, you have to at least be within like a rock's throw of that. Like Brady has 7. If Mahomes got 5, maybe, and if he say he got 5, he went to 9, then I will entertain the conversation. If you got to 6, then you can really entertain it. But they're like, no, get out of here. Mahomes is a great tier 1 quarterback. Brady is in the tier on top of that. Like, and I'm sorry, and I hate talking good about Brady because he still pisses me off. But that's my thought on that. I got nothing else to say on Mahomes and Brady. You guys take it away, and then tell me where else you want to go with this game.
What do you got, Al?
I got nothing else about the game. I think the game was what it was. It was an ass kicking by the Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna. I hope this isn't a situation where the Chiefs are motivated now to get back and win it again.
They will
because
be.
people are
Like,
gonna doubt them and stuff.
I'm
it's
not
easy.
even worried about that though.
Yeah, I'm just
Like,
happy like that they got their dicks kicked. And I did want to speak on the Tom Brady thing though, because like the evidence is all there. Like it's for anyone to see, especially when they have comparable Super Bowl records. Like, what is Tom Brady's biggest, like worst play that you could think of in any Super Bowl? Like what is the worst fucking play you could think of from any
probably
of the
the
Tom
pick
Brady
6.
There's
I'd
the
say
pick
the pick
Yeah, and the
6 against
Falcons.
Atlanta.
The drop pass against the Eagles. I mean, that one. I know he was
Yeah.
not a quarterback in
Oh
that play, but
yeah. That was a
still,
big one. That
Yeah,
was a
so
that
it
big
was
was
one.
pretty
goofy,
bad.
but even if he caught it, it was going to be like a 6-yard gain. It's not like it was a fucking touchdown. So
Yeah.
like Tom Brady has like no really crippling. Like I was looking up his Super Bowl stats when Al was looking for that stat. Apparently he threw a pick against the Panthers in 2003 in the Super Bowl. I don't fucking remember that one.
No one
Uh,
remembers. Yeah.
like, no, I have no fucking clue. And he was perfect against the Eagles in
Yeah.
2004. And like he just doesn't have any like memorable, terrible plays. And
Mhm.
certainly none of his games were a blowout. Now Mahomes has been part of 2 blowouts. I'll even just give it the one because I think that Bucks one was bullshit. But Tom Brady was every game was a fucking field goal game.
Yep. Yep.
Like the
Yeah.
evidence
That's
is all
another
there.
feather in his cap too, where it's like, and I think they said, I don't know who was talking about, maybe it was Colin Coward, where like of all the people, like when the person you hate makes a good point, where it's like he kept saying Brady, but I'll say Brady and Belichick because it's both of them. They made adjustments, like in
Yeah.
game things, in play things, where like you see, and I know Mahomes hasn't played as long as Brady, but Brady was still doing those things when he was 7, 8 years in the league, right
Yeah.
around Mahomes. So like,
You bet
like
his ass against the Giants. He was
what
trying to
was
make some
going
fucking halftime
on? Like
adjustments.
some of the play, like I think what we're seeing now is kind of what I say about all the quarterbacks who are really mobile and have these like tremendous arms and stuff. What happens when your pure talent can't win you games anymore?
Yeah.
I think this
100%.
is what we're seeing. You need to be cerebral. You need to learn the game. So it's just like, and I'm not saying that Mahomes isn't going to do that. Like he still could. I don't know, but it's
Yeah.
just, I think that's what you're seeing. Like those plays where he does his little dipsy doos and like runs around. He used to be able to get out of that. But now you have defenders who are just as fast as you. You're also not as fast as you were when you came in the league. Like, sure, you can still bomb it. Great. But what's that going to do when you're running for your life, you're backpedaling or whatever?
Yeah. If you don't have time to bomb it, you're fucked.
Yeah, exactly. And like, yeah, sure, he threw that 70-yard pass to Xavier Worthy. That was awesome. But like you said, it was against backups, whatever.
It's
It's
Bryce
just
Huff rushing him. Bryce Huff didn't play a snap all season.
yeah. It's just this is I don't want to say that like we're definitely not saying the downfall of Mahomes, but I don't
No.
think that he's going to ascend like he's been doing. You know, like every season where you're like, well, like kind of like Lamar Jackson is right now. Lamar Jackson is getting better every single year.
Yeah.
Whether it's he's getting, it almost seems like he's getting faster, but like he's making better decisions. He's doing all that. I think we've seen what Mahomes is. Now he just has to kind of lean to the cerebral side and like start beating.
Is it weird
teams
to
on
say
the field.
Mahomes peaked in his first season?
That is a little weird. I'm not gonna lie.
But
I
like
don't.
statistically, he threw 50 touchdowns And like obviously, like I don't go solely off statistics. Do you guys think in Mahomes' probably long future career he's going to have another 50
No,
passing
not at
touchdowns?
all. Not at all. I think he peaked in the sense where like he peaked, but I don't think he dropped off the next few years. I think like
Yeah,
that's just where he stayed. And now he's as crazy as it sounds. He's like on the downslide, but I don't think he's on the
yeah.
downside
He's
of his
slightly
career.
worse, but he's
Yeah.
not. It's not like we're not doing the Tom Brady thing. He's gonna fall
No.
off a
No, no,
cliff.
no, not at all. He's
No.
going to be around for probably 10 more years and still do well. He might win an MVP. Like
Yeah.
he's going to still be very good. But like to be one of the great or to be Tom Brady, you can't just be very good. You need to be elite for 15 more years, and he's not going to
Right.
do that. And I don't think the Chiefs are. I think the Chiefs in 5 years' time, the Chiefs are gonna plummet in the sense where like they're not going to be perennial. You know, the path to the Super Bowl goes through Kansas City. I think that's going to be the path goes through Buffalo. The path might go through New England if Drake May gets better. The path goes through Baltimore. The
Cincinnati,
path
maybe.
goes through Cincy,
Cincy.
San Diego, may or San Diego,
Los Angeles.
the LA, like it might go through those teams. I think the Chiefs, the next couple of years, this is their window to like get
Yeah.
back to the Super Bowl because all these teams, just like Mahomes and his like talent, his skill level, all these teams are catching up to you. All these players are catching up to you now. You're going to lose players. You're going to lose your coach soon. Like, this is just great. I understand how it feels now for fans who hated the Patriots to see them start to crumble. I feel fantastic.
Yeah.
I
Right.
love it. I was
And
so happy.
and by the way, you know another team that it's never going to go through?
Buffalo.
Miami, New York.
The New
No,
York Jets.
never.
And do you know why?
Never. They let Aaron Rodgers go.
Well,
Because
the
Aaron
Jets.
Rodgers is not the quarterback anymore of the New York Jets.
Kind of
Yeah.
thank God.
Can we talk about that for a quick second?
Yeah.
Just like
Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Let me just put a bow on this real quick.
yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah,
It
yeah.
really,
Let's
really
wrap up the Super
was
Bowl.
the perfect Super Bowl, the perfect game. Like truly an ass kicking. Travis Kelsey sucks. Mahomes makes a ton of bonehead plays. Taylor Swift gets booed. It was for like the loyal NFL fan. This was the greatest game. Seeing the team everyone hates get no calls for them, maybe one against them, and just get a good old fashioned ass beating.
Yeah, dude, it was great. Like it wasn't a ref show. We all thought it was at
Yeah.
first with the pass interference call, but then I don't even think the refs could have prevented that outcome in any way.
No.
There's
No.
just no way. There was nothing that was
They
going to
could have
stop
stopped the
Mahomes.
bleeding. It would have been, 30-6 instead of
Yeah,
37-6 or 30.
yeah.
Yeah, it was 37 nothing actually.
All right. Before we kind of leave the Super Bowl or whatever, like I do kind of want our final thoughts. I do want to ask you guys because I have to ask it.
Wait, hold
Resident.
on. Al had the Aaron Rodgers point, which I do think is interesting.
I fucking forgot. I want to get off the Eagles. I want to get off the Jets. Fuck. No,
No,
go ahead.
It's
just real
funny.
quick. So, report came out. I believe it was Jake Laser that came out with it. Aaron Rodgers supposedly not going to be back with the Jets in 2025. They actually have odds out already for his next team. You guys know which team is the favorite to get him?
If history repeats itself, I think that's going to be hilarious. Is history repeating itself?
Who?
Well, what do you
The
what do you think it is?
I would guess that history repeats itself.
So you're going to say the Packers?
I was gonna say the Vikings.
Yeah.
Is that who you were thinking? Well,
Yeah.
you say history repeats itself. You think of it more as okay. I see what you're saying now. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
With
gotcha.
Brett Favre. Yeah.
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 No.
Who?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
He will not survive there. Nope. Nope. They will
Like-
eat him alive.
No, that'd be
He's
really
not a steal.
good.
He's not. Think of Aaron Rodgers. He's not a steal. Like I don't think
No.
he has.
That'd
No,
be
he's
really
not.
fucking good.
Let me see if
I
I
hope
can.
he goes there. I hope
Let
he
me
goes
see if I
there.
can find the.
Oh
Excuse me. The other
God.
God,
odds.
the
So
Steelers go
good.
from Russell Wilson
Oh,
to
here they
Aaron
are.
Rodgers. Like,
The-
guy,
the-
just get rid of them and just try to ride with Justin Fields. He looked good when he
so
was
I
playing.
will say
did.
this: the Vikings are in the top 5 for odds. You want to guess the other 3 teams?
Yeah.
Go
Mike,
ahead.
you take a stab, I'll take a stab, and let's see
The
if either one.
Saints. Who are the
The
Saints?
Saints
The
are not
Saints
in there.
Okay,
Nope.
Saints are an interesting one. Seattle.
Seattle's not in there. But
Tennessee.
that would be a good one.
That
That would
would
be a
be,
good one.
dude, that seems like a layup.
The Titans.
Titans are fifth. Yep, plus
Okay.
750.
All right.
Okay, so you got one in the top five.
So you got two more teams.
I
I'll
got
tell
it.
you, one in the
Wait,
AFC, one in the NFC.
Okay.
Indy?
Indy is sixth best odds at plus
I think it's
850.
Cleveland. Cleveland.
Can't
Cleveland
be. It can't be.
is
Not Cleveland.
ninth best odds at plus
Okay, yeah, it's not
1400.
All right. Who
Cleveland.
is it?
Yeah,
Who
that would be dumb.
who
No, no,
who's
no,
in
no,
the
no. I'm
top?
curious. I'm curious. Hold on. Let me you said there's one AFC and one NFC?
Yeah.
Yep. And give you another hint if you want it.
It wouldn't be the Cardinals. I'm afraid your hint is gonna be too obvious.
It will be pretty obvious.
Okay, yeah, no, hold on. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm literally playing up a list of all fucking football teams right now.
Is it the Jets?
Jets are 10th best odds.
Imagine. He's leaving. Where's he gonna
Oh,
go? He's going back.
Vegas.
Yeah, second best odds at plus
Vegas.
300.
Oh, I could see
baby.
that. I could see
That
that.
makes
so
sense.
That's where
bad.
I think he's going to end up.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see him going there, and just like it happened in New York, he'll have a few good games, and then he'll just peter out because he's not good. I told you guys years ago when he signed, he's not good anymore. He's
Yep.
not Aaron Rodgers.
And the other
He's
team, just
over
real
the-
quick, was the 49ers. That was the other team, plus
Yeah,
350. They
going
actually have the third
home.
best odds.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I could see. Yeah, so I think those are the two teams I would say. I'd say either the Niners or the Raiders. I could see that. Pittsburgh would be
Pittsburgh makes a ton of
please,
sense. Seattle makes a
please
ton
be
of
Pittsburgh.
sense. I hope it's
Oh
not
my
Pittsburgh.
God.
I think he'd be sick in Pittsburgh.
No,
I know.
he's
Wherever
going
he
to be
goes,
worse.
he's gonna tank that franchise.
He is
He's
going
No.
to be
leader.
worse.
He's a
Please, he's going to get
bad
Mike Tomlin
man.
fired.
Not
He's
anymore.
the coach killer.
No, he
He's going to
is.
get
He
Mike Tomlin
is.
fired,
Not anymore.
Trust
and then
me,
he's
Aaron
going to leave.
Rodgers is
Bring
a
him to
killer.
Pittsburgh. Bring him to Pittsburgh.
You guys don't want this.
Oh, TJ Watt's going to fight him at practice. Oh my God, please.
Aaron Rodgers is actually a super cool dude. Everyone's gonna love him.
Yeah,
Everyone
not when you're
has loved him.
losing.
Everyone
when
on
you're
every team has
losing.
loved Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
He's a
only
cool
Devontae
fucking dude.
Adams. Yeah, or whatever.
That says
would be
enough.
nuts. That would be nuts. And what they dropped that on Super Bowl Sunday, right? That's when that came out.
Mhm.
What
Mhm.
what like a fucking Mickey Mouse organization, like
The
just
only
a
time the
news
Jets get
dump
mentioned on Super Bowl
right
Sunday.
before Super Bowl, like hours before the game. Like, oh, by the way, we're not bringing back Aaron Rodgers. Like, you couldn't wait till Monday or something. Like,
Did you
you
see
had
the
to get
point
that out.
about Pat McAfee's show?
Oh, one of
No,
the conditions or whatever.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I saw
said
that too.
they wanted him to stop going on the show, and he said no. So
dude, I'm done with him. I hope he goes to Pittsburgh. He tanks that
Why?
organization, like you said.
it's
I'm
Aaron
done.
Rodgers. He should be able to do whatever the fuck he wants.
He will, and he'll do what he normally does, which is suck the last 3
Which
or
is
4 years.
if we're saying what he normally does, then it would be win MVPs. He's
gonna
got the
suck.
fucking most of them.
No. Let me ask you guys something else about the Super Bowl. Since I like to, not only am I the only Swiftie here or the resident Swiftie, I'm the resident hip
I
hop
also
guy
like
too.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
What'd you guys
I-
think of
I enjoyed
the
Taylor Swift.
halftime show?
Didn't
Underwhelming.
watch.
You didn't watch, Liam? Well, you were
No.
probably drinking and doing shit, right?
I actually went streaking and then had a bottle of champagne.
I know. I saw. You sent me a snap.
Did I?
Yes, you did. Saw your penis.
How did it look?
I don't know. I clicked away quick because I didn't know what was going on. I was like, I don't know what I'm about to see. I was like, I don't want to be liable.
Not very appetizing or filling usually.
Appetizing. I was full of shit. Al, what'd you say? The halftime show?
I said underwhelming. The
Al,
one
did
good
you see
song
my
that I
penis?
liked was what's up?
Did you see my penis?
No, I don't have Snapchat.
It was just me. Hey, there we go. Fuck yeah.
I like
There
All
you
the
go,
Stars.
dude.
That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Oh, great song. Great
Love
song. My
that
wife
song.
hates it though, so that's red flag. But Jeez.
Other than that,
So
I
you're
wasn't
getting
too
divorced?
I wasn't too impressed with it. It didn't seem like it was. I don't know. There was something lackluster about it. I don't know.
DNA was pretty cool.
I get that. Yeah. So I'm not gonna nerd out with you guys because this isn't the place for that. You guys won't appreciate the nerding out that I would do.
I also think that almost no one in America liked it because, like, I like Kendrick
No, it
Lamar, but
was-
that's not a halftime show.
No, everyone. It was just like last year with Usher. Actually, honestly, after
Yeah.
every Super Bowl, people say it sucked.
Super Bowl since Shakira. That was the
It is
last
what it
one
is.
that
Yeah,
everyone unilaterally came together and said that was perfect.
That was the one. Everybody's like, yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, no. I mean, what he has a Super Bowl catalog. He's got plenty of songs he could do for it. Like you said, DNA, Humble, All the Stars. There's songs he could have done. But ever since Kendrick came out against Drake, just quick,
Yeah.
why I think it was fine. He didn't owe anybody this thing where he was playing just his hits. You would think so because it's the Super Bowl, whatever. What he did, he came out, he took that big platform to keep it to hip hop culture, to keep it to rap, to keep it to all that stuff. That's what he did. That's Kendrick. That's what we were always going to get. What I loved, and I'm sure, Liam, you probably saw the clip. Al, you saw it during the thing when he did Not Like Us, looked at the camera. He said, "Say, Drake, I hear you like him young," and he's smiling. He's looking right at the camera. The whole stadium.
I actually didn't even see the clip.
Dude, the whole stadium goes A minor. I mean, Serena Williams was up there dancing too, which was awesome because there's a whole history there. But yeah, no, I thought it was exactly what we were gonna get. I don't know what people thought. I just thought I knew we were gonna get some crazy shit. He started the halftime show with an unreleased song.
Oh, no shit, really?
Like what? Yeah, because when he announced his album, he had like a little snippet at the beginning. Everybody thought that was going to be on the album. It wasn't. The snippet was the part that he played to open the halftime show. So I was like, oh yeah, we're about to be on some.
Was it sick?
I like it. And again, if you're a rap fan or a Kendrick Lamar like fan, you probably liked it. If you're not thrilled with rap being played in stadiums, you were probably like, I like the hits. Otherwise, it was whatever.
It's not that people aren't a fan of rap being played in stadiums. That's absolutely not the problem. Like, if I were to listen to 50 Cent in a stadium, I'd be fucking electric.
Well, because you would play his hits. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I love 50 Cent unilaterally.
Yeah.
But I don't think 50 Cent should be playing the halftime. Like, I think, like, halftimes for, like, Journey. Or like, Michael Jackson, like shit that's so big that everyone likes it. No, certainly not. Well, you could still get Journey.
What I will say though, halftime show, the most watched television anything in history.
Really?
133.6 or 0.5 million viewers.
Was it because people were already watching the game?
The Super Bowl had 129 million.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mike, let me ask you this real quick. You're the hip hop guy. You kind of know what goes on in the world of hip hop. What's
which is so weird as a white guy, but like
I know it just sounds so funny. Al, the
funny.
Teacher, adjusting his glasses, going like, as the hip hop guy, please tell me.
I've been into hip hop since I was like, so it's very weird to say. Trust me, I understand how this is coming across.
What's the Serena Williams thing? That I didn't understand. Just give me like a Spark Notes version.
Yeah, very easy. She used to date Drake. They broke up. Drake repeatedly took like little veiled shots at her and then randomly started taking shots at her husband too for no reason. Like it goes into the whole like Drake is like this weird, like he just can't control himself. The reason why she was there, she's in the Kendrick mentions her in the song Not Like Us. But she was there because when were the Olympics? 2012, 2013. She won, and she did after she won the Olympics, she was crip walking on there, and everybody like people wanted to take the trophy from her and everything like that. So this was like a redemption thing that Kendrick wanted her there for. He was like, hey, you know what? Come do this. Come crip walk.
She did crip walk?
Oh, 100%. She killed it.
That's dope.
On the biggest stage you could imagine and do it. So it was kind of like a double-sided thing. Gotcha. So it was a cool thing there.
Who's she married to? Do you know?
No, just some guy.
Oh, okay.
Just some guy. I think he has like some company, but it's nothing like he's not like a famous guy. Like to the point where Drake has been in the middle of a song. I forget what the song is, but he like in the middle of the verse, he's rapping, doing whatever he's doing, like on the actual song. And then he throws a shot at her husband for some reason. It's like, what? So like, she's always been like, not happy with that. Rightly so. And of course, Kendrick was like, you know what? I'm gonna give her a little do justice there. But yeah, that's why. So yeah, it was
okay, cool.
It was cool. It was, I liked it because I liked his new album. He performed a bunch of stuff. It was great. Samuel L. Jackson was there. Liam, I don't know if you saw it. He was Uncle Sam.
That's awesome. No,
it was he came
that was cool.
There was one point where Kendrick did like three like kind of deep cuts, not deep cuts, but like really like hood songs or whatever. And Samuel L. Jackson comes out. He's like, whoa, enough of this ghetto stuff. He's like, you know how to play the game, like play the hits. And that's when then Kendrick played Humble and DNA. So it was like like Uncle Sam was telling him to stop being so black. So he went to get his hits and then went back. It was cool. Like the whole story was cool, but I don't know. Next year we'll see. I guess Miley Cyrus is in talks.
Oh
no shit. Yeah, see, like unfortunately, I just don't think it can be like I don't want to say niche. It's not even just rap.
Rap is very niche
because I don't think it can be country either. Like I think country would divide
it needs to be a
the
big
audience
thing. It needs to be pop
more than that.
I was just about to say, I think the pop artist is the best album.
Like if you get AC/DC on there, everyone will be in. Even like people our age who like didn't see AC/DC, they still know.
It'll be cool. Yeah, it'll be cool to see.
Yeah.
No, that's what it needs to be. It can't be
Yeah.
because rap has been, I think people think their rap is very easily accessible, whatever music. It's not. It's never
It's
been
not.
that. So
Yeah.
that's why,
I
but like
think
you've had it, people
now
have
more
thought,
than ever, it's not. I think fucking
yeah,
when I used to listen to rap,
yeah.
and I still, if songs come on every once in a while, I still have them all on my phone. I just skip over them. But like old rap was killer. Like
Mhm.
today was a good day. Everyone understands that
Yeah.
fucking song.
Yeah, but
That
even
was
then though, that
easy.
still isn't like it's crazy to say because it's a huge genre, but it is like a niche genre. Like
Yeah.
people aren't gonna love
I
it.
think
Like
modern day rap is a
just
niche genre. Yeah.
yeah,
Agreed.
and
Yeah.
honestly, that's what rap should be. It shouldn't be this
No.
crazy thing that like it's see, and that just
Yeah.
depends. It all
Of
just depends.
course.
But
Yeah.
either way, you're not,
Because I
and
like the
it's different.
Eminem, Dr.
I
Dre
was
one
just
from a
gonna
couple
say
years
that's
ago.
a
That was
little
cool,
different
but it's
because you
still
almost
niche.
have
That's
like
catering to our generation.
mainstream people. Yeah, yeah. It's just different. But props to Kendrick. Super Bowl was great. I thought everything was awesome. The commercials
Everything
sucked,
was.
but other than that,
I didn't
I
even
was
notice.
horrible, man. Horrible. There was one commercial with this dude's tongue came out of his mouth. That was freaky.
I heard some
Didn't
guy
like
was
that at
wearing
all.
skin on his hat or something like that. I don't know.
Twice. He had a hat, a skin hat. It was
Yeah,
crazy. Like
I just
I
heard
can't
my
even explain
coworkers
it.
talking about it.
Oh, it was weird. It was uncomfortable. A lot of
Everyone was like,
uncomfortable
"How did you not
commercials.
notice the commercials?" I was like, "I was in rare
That
form."
and this is the issue. I texted before the game. I was like, when do you start? How much do you drink? You just don't know. And then
Yeah.
it just gets out of hand.
Yeah, I
It just gets
overdid
out
it.
of hand.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember the whole game clearly, but I was bombed.
yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing else for the game or really for the episode. I don't know what else you guys want to chat about it, but yeah, I thought it was a just overall, it was a bad game unless you're a fan of the team. Like if just objectively speaking, it was a bad game. But
Yeah,
whatever, it is what
it
it
was a
is.
great
America
game.
got what they wanted. Eagles were America's team for a day, for a night.
That
So
actually leads me to a good point. So we'll just talk briefly, just Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Uh, two separate questions for both of you guys. Mike, what is
Two-part
the
question.
ideal time to start drinking on Super Bowl Sunday? And part two, which I guess isn't a question to Al, but it's more of you and me placing a bet on Al. Do you think Al had over under 1.5 beers?
Okay, I'm going to. You know what? You know what? I think Al is a little sneaky. I think he might add like three. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over
Gonna
with the
hit the
beers,
over? Well, I'll be
and
progressive. I'll go under.
you'll go under. And what I'm gonna say about the drink time, dude, I don't know. I think I started drinking at like 2:30, and I think
Nice.
that was a little too early. Like I don't think because then you got
Really?
to pace yourself, and then you almost get kind of tired. You know what I mean? Because then you're like trying not to drink. So I think the perfect time would probably be at like 4. And then you can just start. You can pound like 3, 4, or whatever before the game, and then you're good to go. And then you just get crazy when you're in the game. And then you also got to think you're eating too. Like what are you eating? Like I had ziti, so it was full. There was a whole lot going on. It was a crazy
It's
time.
off the drinking. I started drinking at noon and then had to take like a half hour nap before the game. So I
See,
think
yeah, it's
if
tough.
I think if I started drinking at 2, I would have been golden.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So Al, how many beers did you have, and what would you say is your time to start
Done.
drinking?
Nice. Fuck
Zero.
It
yeah.
was a school night. It was a school. I
Oh, it was a
forgot for a
school
second
night.
he was a
Not only
God.
that,
teacher.
not only that, I was at my dad's and then I had to drive home. So
Oh, okay, yeah,
Heaven
yeah,
forbid
okay,
you have a
well,
beer and
yeah,
then
okay,
drive
yeah,
home.
yeah.
yeah,
No, that's
nah,
not
He's a
fair.
role
can't.
model to the kids.
Damn,
Yeah, can't do that.
damn.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Smart,
thank you.
smart. Okay, if you were to drink though, what
Mhm.
would you be your ideal time? Games at 6:30. What do you do?
Um, I
That
would
was like 6.
probably
I was gonna
do
say just say 7.
probably like
Halftime.
4:30. I would
4:30.
say
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
4:30.
You know what? I think maybe like 6 really might not be that bad if you just start like drinking it. No, see, but then you have the whole day where like you want to drink the whole day too. So
Yeah, and you're just
I get it. But like if you have to, like say some crazy shit happens and like you can't help it, you have to start drinking at 6. I think that's fine. I think that's
yeah.
fine. You just gotta drink a lot. That's all. If you want to have a good time, because that's the only way to have fun is to drink, as we all know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing else. Football season's over. Kind of
So
kind of
depressing.
shitty. Now we have a month of like barren wasteland until free agency starts. Anything you guys want to get off your chest about the game or just thoughts about anything before we
I
leave?
just want a quick gauge everyone's favorite play from the Super Bowl, most memorable, something that was either your favorite or something you think you'll remember 10 years down the line. Because every Super Bowl has them.
I think the Cooper DeJean pick six. I think
That's
that
a
was the
layup.
moment.
That's a
That was
really
good.
good
I
one.
think I'm gonna go I'm doing the strip sack, the Mahomes
Strip
strip
sack
sack,
was baller.
where his arm got bent backwards and he got like punched in the face.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
should that probably should have been a flag, right?
I think once the ball's knocked out, anything goes.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, that's true. That's true. So yeah,
Because you can
I don't
push
care.
somebody.
I do
Yeah.
not care.
No, 100%. No, no
Yeah,
one's like, I really feel bad for Patrick Mahomes
no,
on that one.
that was
No.
awesome though. Just to see it get back, just forearm right. Oh, that was great. But
Get
yeah, I
fucking
think yeah,
bodied.
that's probably it. That's probably it. I would say that.
Yeah. It's tough because, like you were saying, that Zach Bond pick was way too athletic of an interception to be a linebacker. Like
Nuts. A
that was some
special
Luke
team
Kuechly
guy
shit.
too, who like just
Yeah,
kind of took over as a linebacker this
dude,
year.
he was an edge rusher for the Saints, and now he should win defense. Or no, Patrick
Now
Surtain
he's going to
already
get a
won.
big contract this
Yeah,
offseason,
yeah,
whether it's from
fucking
the
right he
Eagles or
is.
elsewhere. He's going to get a big deal.
The Eagles are going to pay him. I
Yeah.
would love to see him on the Pats. I guess mine would have to be like the nail in the coffin, the Devontae Smith tub, just long and deep. Fucking dude loves championship games. It
Dude,
reminded
you
me of the one
mentioned
in
it.
Alabama.
Yeah, you mentioned it though. The call where it was like, "You think they'll run here?" And no, they're going for the
Yeah,
dagger. And there's
yeah,
like a minute. We're like a minute into
so
the third.
bloody.
He's like, "The dagger. The game's over." Holy
Yeah,
shit!
I know. I
Oh,
texted Cooper DeJean when he got the pick six too. I was like, representing for the boys out
dude.
there. Nice.
Dude, it got so bad that game where like the like my buddy who I was watching it with, he was like, okay, going because you can live bet on the Hard Rock app, and he's like,
Yeah,
okay, the Chiefs' final drive, like what are they gonna do here? And we're all like both of our wives and me were like, I think you probably gotta say they're not gonna score, right? So he's like, oh, okay, yeah, we won't score. So they didn't, and then he was like, okay, coming out of the half, quick live bet, what can I do? They're like, I think they gotta score, right? They didn't score. We're like, God
yeah.
damn, should have just bet every play. I mean, every
Just
drive they
keep
weren't going to
betting they're
score.
not going to fucking score.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Yeah,
nuts. That was nuts. I don't. I think. Just to kind of so outlook on the teams for next year. I think the Eagles are going to be the same. I think the Eagles will be in the NFC
I
Championship.
think they'll be slightly worse.
If they get to the Super Bowl, I don't know. It's going to depend on who they play, but I do think they'll make it to the NFC Championship. The Chiefs though. I know, Al, you said like you wonder if this kind of has them come out with a chip on their shoulder wanting to play whatever. I just don't think they can. I don't think they'll be the one seed. I think they'll make the playoffs for sure, but I don't think they make the AFC Championship game. That's my bold prediction. I'm going to
Right.
keep it going into next, but yeah, I don't think they make it.
Not to hatch up the Patriots comparison, but that's exactly what people used to say about the
I
Patriots.
know
Like, I
they're gonna.
don't think they're going to
Yeah,
be.
The
I don't
Chiefs are
think
gonna
so.
go back to the AFC title game at
I
least.
don't think
Yeah, they
so.
are. I'm
I don't hate
convinced the
saying
Chiefs
that
are going to
because I
win the
get it.
Super Bowl next year. At very least, they're going to
You
be
think?
in it. Yeah.
Uh,
I
what do
was
you
just
think,
gonna say,
Al?
even the Patriots made it to the AFC Championship in the years they didn't win the Super Bowl. So
True.
like,
True, true. Who do you guys think next year? Real quick, Super Bowl predictions. Who's playing in the Super Bowl
Super
next year?
early Super Bowl predictions. I
Super
love
early,
this.
oh, this is gonna
way
be
too
fun.
early. I don't know because when you think about like trying to think of the teams and like obviously you kind of gotta just like when we were talking about the Patriots, you gotta like guesstimate out what teams are gonna do. Who obviously well, we're not guessing like injuries and stuff, just kind of assume teams or whatever. I don't know. I guess we'll start with the NFC first because that might be just because Patriots are AFC, so we'll save the AFC for the second one. But NFC,
I am gonna
I
go.
I don't know. I don't know. Actually, no, I do. I'm going Eagles. I think the Eagles make it again next year.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are the safe pick. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna have some fun with it. I'm gonna go with the Lions. I'm gonna go with the Lions. I think they get it
You are
done next
such a
year.
squid.
I hope the Lions make it. Don't get me wrong. As you guys know, that's my NFC team. I hope the Lions make it, but I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be another thing. It's going to be Lions and Eagles in the NFC Championship game. I just don't think the Lions are going to get over the hump, and I think it might be like the last year for them to potentially do it. So, but that's I think the Eagles are coming out of the NFC. You think the Lions, Liam? What do you think?
Out of the NFC,
Yeah, the NFC.
I think it's one last go, a swan song season. This is a far cry. I know I'm reaching at straws here, but I believe unbridledly. I think it's a swan song last season, retire on top, Matt Stafford season for the Rams.
Really?
Okay.
They're
See, I
sick.
thought you were gonna say the Niners, like a swan. So
No,
I don't know, like their last. I don't
no,
know, but no, I don't think
no.
the Niners. Even if they get the corpse of Aaron Rodgers, I don't think so. All right, so you got the Rams, Al. You got the Lions. I got the Eagles. Okay, AFC. Who we got?
If the Steelers get Aaron Rodgers, Steelers. Otherwise, Chiefs.
Okay, all right, Al. I'll let you go second.
I am going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals.
I thought
That's a
about
good
picking the
one,
Bengals too. That's the best pick of the bunch.
guys. I'm not picking the Patriots. Don't worry, even though I want to, and I
Thank
will
No,
say it
goodness.
next. I will say it when we get like towards the season. I will say they're going to the Super Bowl. No, as much as I hate to say it, because I think I might hate this team more than any other team in the AFC. Yeah, even more than them. I think the Ravens go. I think the Ravens make it.
They can never get it done in crunch
But that's what I'm
time.
saying. I think
but
this
if
is
you
the year,
keep
and this
chipping
might be the
away at
only
it,
time. Yeah.
yeah,
Is Derrick Henry there next year?
Yeah, he
yep,
is.
He is, right. Okay, yeah.
he's
So I
there for
think
2 more
maybe it's
years.
a swan song for Derrick Henry. Maybe Lamar Jackson finally gets a Super Bowl ring, probably the only one he'll get in his career. I think the Ravens Eagles Super Bowl would be pretty
Would
good.
be
I think
that's what we
you
were
get
all hoping for this
Saquon, Derrick
year.
Henry,
Yeah,
Lamar, and
would have
Jalen
fed
Hurts.
families. I
Ooh,
do
that'd be
think like the
good.
Ravens are strikingly like the old Ravens with Joe Flacco, where they're like always in the championship game or
Hmm.
pretty close, and then they
Yeah,
eventually broke through and won one. So I do think the Ravens will get there for one of them. I just don't think it'll be next year.
yeah. I'm going Ravens. I'm going Ravens Eagles. That's
Makes
my pick.
sense.
And you got Al. So you got Chiefs and Lions.
No, I got Lions Bengals.
Bengals. You said Chiefs. Yeah.
I would love
Chiefs
for
and
the
Rams would be good.
Lions to
I
get there
I
and
think
lose.
I think all these Super Bowls would be good. So probably means we're not going to get any of them.
No, correct.
Um,
Probably
so
Correct.
all right, you guys got anything else to say before we get out of here?
Nope.
birds,
All right,
baby.
last
Get me to free
episode
agency.
of the
You're
2024
so
season.
depressing, dog. What are
When
we
we
gonna
see
do
you
without
next week,
football?
it just got here. Football just got here. Now it's gone. So next time we see you guys, it'll officially be the first episode of the off season, getting ramped up for 2025. Hopefully some news drops. If not, we'll still have some stuff to talk about. Might have some lists. We might have some debates going on. We'll see. Play it by ear depending on what happens. But this was Tuck Rule Takes, episode 168 for Super Bowl champion Liam, for Al, for me, Mike. Eagles. Go Eagles.
Eagles
Fly
Good job,
Eagles.
Eagles. Good job.
However the hell you say it. Whatever. See you guys
on the
next year.
road
It's
to
Tuck Rule
victory.
Takes.
I
We're out.
lost in the Super Bowl.